laughing your ass off at my team.
There's also...
Shut up. He's a lock. He's in your team. He's a lock.
Yeah.
He's a lock. What?
You don't even have the box. Did you not learn your lesson last year? You also got Fife saying that he's going to become a full-time midfielder. Nice hair, by the way. And
I think it's weird.
3 games. Now, we said that last year. You know why? He's a year younger. He's a year older. He broke down last year.
After how many games?
They're always huge.
They're always huge. Have you seen him though?
Say it like that. You got to read at F2. My read is at F5. There is a stark difference in our forward line. A huge difference in our forward line. My forward line will smash your forward line spacing.
So you're...
Welcome back. We're smashing forward line faces in.
We are smashing forward line faces in.
I apologise for that, Chad. That is just so immature of me.
Considering it was just the James Jordan in the buildings, that was the only difference.
No, there was a Fisher too.
No. Oh, sorry, a Fisher and a James Jordan.
Anyway, those boys.
Wow, I'm scared.
You're really making it hard to apologise.
You don't need to apologise, Chad. You don't need, because your forward line is
Matty.
shoot. Yes, George. What's happening?
What are we talking about today?
I just rocked up here. I'm just... It's, you know, you just threw on this t-shirt on me, so what am I doing here, Chav? You tell me what to do.
Anyway, we're doing the double buys.
Chav, I'm going to buy you a coffee shouts for Jordy to get him a razor, to get him some scissors, because you are such a hairy animal right now, champ.
Yeah.
You got nothing to say.
I don't. I am.
He's up all night just like...
Feel free to show me coffees to get that. I'm not going to do it, but...
Get those razors, champ. You definitely need them. All right, George, what do you want to talk about today? Intros,
Matty,
topics.
Now we've got to... Intro. Topics.
We're
talking about the double buys.
Oh, the double buys. Yes, we are. What about it? The double buy teams.
The players with double buys, which ones you need. Obviously, you want to limit the amount you have. And we're going to be going through the most important to the least important ones. Our top 10. And...
Oh, yeah, the top 10. Yeah, I did that for you.
You did?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Let's get into it.
I don't understand what you're doing. Now, coffee shouts. If you want to shout us a coffee, go to shoutasacoffee.com. There's 4 people up there. We got Dave Turn It Up hitting us up this year. Dean Field, Luke Donlan, and Chrissy J. Champ.
So this is an ongoing ladder.
This is an ongoing ladder. It's not going to reset because I kind of feel like all these people that have supported us, I want them to be known forever. I don't want them to be.
Well, why don't you go? So, for example, Whiskey Dicks, he was up there. So why don't you give him a 2023 210 average of SuperCoach and then his current score if he does. Dean Fields 110 average from 2023 because. You just don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Give him an average. Give him with
SuperCoach. We'll work on that. It sounds very complicated, champ. I know you're not going to fucking do anything, we'll do it. But
I'm definitely not.
Now, speaking of that, we'll just have the guys in this year that's in gold, giving us some support this year. But we do love the list. And speaking of, I think there is, if you are in the top 4 at the end of the year,
yes,
you will be getting some SuperCoach merch. I think there will be some SuperCoach merch lined up for whoever finishes top 4 in this Kickmaster Hall.
Are we gonna give it out, Chan? When's the league code? People are asking when's this
league code was dropped last video, guys. So if you missed it, then you should be.
I'm not even in the league. Like, what do you mean?
It was dropped in the last video in our intra-club match. If you missed it, don't ask for it. It's for reward our viewers. Unless your name is on this Kicksun Hall of Fame, give us a message, say who you are on the Kicksun Hall of Fame, and we'll give you the league code P&net, Matty, so that kind of includes you then.
All right then.
Now let's get into it. But before we do, we got 3,000 likes on Facebook.
Where's our cake?
Where's our cake?
Where's my cake?
I just got to do everything, don't I?
You are, champ.
You want to get a cake, you want the graphics up, you want the topics done, you want me to dress you when you come here. What the fuck do you want? You want me to shave?
Yes, God, Jesus.
3,000.
I think I'm detecting some greys there, champ. That's great. Welcome to the...
Champ, you're detecting greys. I'm like half grey.
All right, this is all natural, boys, so yeah.
And we're trying to get to 2,000 subs on YouTube, so thank you to all our current subscribers. If you haven't, please subscribe.
How much are we on right now?
1,706 subscriber reducers.
That's not enough. Jordy, you might have to do some sexual favours to get those extra 300s. What do you think?
Sexual favours? No.
It's worth a shot.
I think people are more interested in this hunk. Look at these guns.
Ouch.
It's a bit of a bitch. But so 2,000 guys, if you got your parents' account, you got your friends, get them to jump on. And I think it's been long enough that we haven't talked about the actual topic, but let's look at the SuperCoach Masters. 2024 prize for the league code.
Wow.
Look at this, Matt Steves. We've got 2024 on it.
Did you see that, guys?
Absolute.
Zoom that in. It actually says SuperCoach. Wow, with these diamond encrusted things. Champ, is it me or is it hot in here? I think your beanie and your beard is making me hot.
I had the aircon on. You actually said it's cold when you arrived here.
Oh, well, that's because you were changing me.
All right.
Anyway, no further ado, champ. I want to get into
Let's get into it because I want to see it. Let's get into number one.
Champ, we're not working off. Are we working off our phones to see all this?
Champ, well, I already know what you should know your top 10. Do you not know your top 10?
No, probably not. How are we doing it, champ? Are we doing it from 1 to 10 or 10 to...
We're going to go 1. We'll do number 1 because it's going to be quite obvious unless you're living under a rock. But our number 1 double pie player that you need to have right now, my one is Brody Grundy. What's yours?
Brody Grundy, George. It's number 1.
Brody Grundy. Now, no brainer, right?
Could I just say something?
Yes, you can.
So, in my business, we collaborated with another business. I'm not going to say some names, but anyway, this guy here, he found out that I'm a SuperCoach master, and we started talking about it. And this phone call went for 40 minutes. It was supposed to be talking about you, Jack, from GJ Garner Homes.
You're not going to drop any names.
Well, I did. But anyway, Jack, he said he can't trust Grundy. What do you think of that? He can't trust
Jack,
Grundy.
you're an absolute idiot.
Jack, you're an absolute idiot, all right?
I don't know how long you've been playing SuperCoach, Jack, but it's obviously your first year.
No, he's been playing since 2012, he told me.
Jack, come on.
Jack, it's Grundy.
Jack, Grundy. He's 481k. Obviously you haven't watched my ruck video, Jack, because Grundy averaged without Gorn last year around the 125 mark.
His break even is 86. He's going to get that in the second quarter. Second quarter.
I really think he will.
I think he will.
But there is a small question mark on Grundy. Still the number 1 by far. Small question. I saw him do an interview lately, and he looks really skinny. He looks like Jack Steele. When he was huge, and Jack Steele went to skinny and averaged. That's the only concern. I'm not worried about it.
More agile. Around that small
More
ground.
agile, but he's going to get pushed away.
More running to the contest in that small SCG ground. Now, Jules, why is he number 1? Is it because of the value?
It's because of the value.
It's because
of the value. He's 125 potential average player at 480.
Is it because we know when he's a standalone ruck, when he averaged 136 without
We've got the stats. We have all the stats there to back up that Grundy, as the number 1 ruckman, without a backup, without a Gorn, he's an absolute superstar. He was a superstar last year. He was a superstar in Collingwood. This is going to be a superstar this year. I don't see him averaging anything less than 105 at the very worst. At the very worst.
And Jules, let's just say, who will chip in like Tom McDonald or not Tom, Logan, whoever it is?
I don't think Logan. I think maybe that they done Hayward or
whoever. We don't even know. It's just Grundy all day around.
Hayward. So some other losers like that. But they've also got a couple of Lachlan McAndrews in the bed. They're not going to be getting games when Grundy's in the team. Don't look angry.
What are you doing to me about Lachlan McAndrews? Yeah. Are we going to have any arguments with these top 10? I hope so. Anyway,
we will.
All right, great. Number 2.
I think this one goes without saying Gorn. Gorn.
Good. So Gorn is great.
Gorn is done.
Yes, and he had a great pre-season. What did he go? I think 3/4 time he left.
I think he left the second half because he was injured.
Did he get injured? Oh, that knee strap.
Yeah,
but he's still a lock.
He was doing some laps, and what I saw from him was complete and utter domination. I know he was playing against Naismith's averaged 100 before, so don't take him lightly. And Samson Ryan. But Gorn is just looking like an absolute animal. You obviously know his averages. The only difference between Gorn being number 1 and Grundy being number 1 is the price. The 100k discount that you get to spend on that horrible forward line.
And the reason why we like Melbourne, he's got more money to make, guys, because he's got that buy in round 6, so he's playing more games. So you just want to get him now. Just get him now.
Especially you really want to limit the amount of these players that you're getting. So if you're going to have to pick 2, it's going to have to be these 2 guys. They're just head above the rest.
And his break even's 104. He'll probably get that by 3/4 time as well. Easily. All right, George, number 3. Is it the same or not? I got Flanders.
Flanders. You know it's Flanders before Dimmer said that thing. Did you see what Dimmer said?
I don't think that's true.
It is true. I know it's true.
You actually thought
I
Dimmer...
know it's true. It's in the actual Herald Sun article.
So he said something about SuperCoach.
Yes.
Wow. Go Hardwick. You reckon he's got him in his team? He's going to do whatever he can.
Well, it is true. The people who don't think it's true have really not done their homework. No offense.
No, it's
not done their homework.
It's just I don't like it's a bit far fetched to see a professional coach talk about a player regarding SuperCoach.
I think it's about time.
I think it's the first about time.
Well, listen,
it's the first ever.
Damien Hardwick's like, I'm a multi-million-dollar coach. I'm going to Gold Coast. I'm having there for a holiday. I'm here for have fun. He's going to talk SuperCoach. If he wants to talk Super. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. He thinks Flanders.
He's already got the job.
All right.
So why? So for me, George, he's the third highest because in the position. There's no one else.
There's two main reasons. Position, absolutely. Second is price. If you look at his sample size of his last 7 or 8 games, it was average way over 100, 105, 110.
So he's under 500,000.
Under 500K.
He's clearly could be
I would say F1 at this stage. I think, and then for Hardwick to just come out and say, if you haven't seen it, guys, Hardwick's something it's like, I love looking at this guy. We're going to get the ball in his hands as much as we can. If you get him, if you need a SuperCoach player, grab him. I'm just so impressed with him. You know, he's going to, and in the intra-club match, which we went through in our last video, he was definitely in that midfield mix, getting a lot of that. So we really strong on Flanders.
We could have got Flanders 2,556.
I did get Sam Flanders for that much.
He didn't really do much.
No, he'd done really horrible.
And another thing is the reason why he is so cheap is because when he did not play in the midfield in the first 3 rounds, he got a 64, 46, 26, came on around 8, 41, and then they decided we're going to put him in the guts.
Read some numbers slowly
for the got 100, 119, 96, 125, 113. Even against Brisbane, he got an 85, but he still got 27 plus touch-a-redos, George.
He did get a lot of touch-a-redos, Matt Zeebs, and that's why in the position...
He got 32 touches with 85, so even then, that's still great.
I think that's why we have him higher than some of these other guys, because there's no one else in the forward line. There's no one. If you have a Bolton or a Dusty, no.
Or a Zach Fisher, yeah.
Speaking of Bolton.
and of course, Flanders' last 2 big numbers, he finished off 130, 121. And he's only priced at someone that's averaging 86. So his break even is 86.
That makes perfect sense, Matt Steves. Now, I'm really interested here because I think this is where we start to differ in our opinion. The 3 most important players are them. But if you need another one, who do you have, Matt Steves?
I got Dakes.
I have Took Miller. Now, let me explain mine. I'll let you explain yours. Took Miller, the next important because... he's another person, I think, like Gawn and Grundy, where he can average 120. He's averaged 126 before. Oh, yeah. And he's severely discounted. He's 100K, probably less than what he should be. Played out of position. Injury-affected numbers last year. If you need another player that's got a double buy, I recommend strongly that it's Took Miller because he has, and there's no reason why he cannot average around that 120 mark again, Matt Zeebs.
All right, so I had Took. Do you want to talk about Took Miller because he's on my list?
Well, we'll talk about my Took. We'll get to your Took.
Okay, so I had Dakos. Dakos, no-brainer, right? Only because he would have been number 1, but Gordon, Grundy, and Flanders are all great value, are all in rightfully so, probably their best in their position. Grundy and Gawn will probably be 1 and 2 ruck. I strongly agree, George, with you, with English and Marshall lurking in the
Briggsy, I like Briggsy.
Briggsy even. But Dakos is clearly going to be a top 6, potentially a top 3 defender. Slash midfield, top 2, there you go.
1.
So that's where Dakos fits into the fact that he has the potential to be number 1 in the defence and top 5 in the midfield as far as average per year. So that's why I think he is a must. The reason why that as well, because he does have the Sydney. So opening round, or no, round 1, Collingwood will play Sydney. They have Ryan Clark. He's now delisted. He's got... But
so
Longmire...
So don't have Ryan Clark.
They don't have... No, but I'm saying, like, there will someone be on him that's better than Ryan Clark.
Rowbottom, probably.
Probably Rowbottom to be a tagger, because Longmire clearly... Both games they played... Remember that when Ryan Clark kicked the goal and they let him know about it? But then Dakos did a handball assist and it was a goal and we let him all know about it. Well, we just want to smash Rowbottom, whoever touches Dakos. But Dakos is number 4 for me, George.
Try tag Rowbottom.
Who's your next one?
I think our number 5 is Tom Green.
My number 5 is Tom Green. So Tom Green, George, you can take the
Well,
lead.
I think these 3 for me are all pretty kind of close. So Tom Green for me, I think pure
dominance. Just pure dominance.
He just looks so good. He could be a top 3 midfielder at the end of the year. The only difference between him and Took for me, I got Took higher because of price point. I think they can average a very similar amount, Tom Green and Took Miller. they had the same buy, but I think because Touk Miller is about 60 or 50k, maybe even 70k cheaper, then I think that Touk Miller is a slightly better pick than Green. I think they can average the same, just 70k in your bank by picking Touk.
Well, the last 4 games of Tom Green, 126, 129, 119, 145, and I'm pretty sure he had a nice finals run as well that he's not included in it. But that's same reasons that Jordy said. Tom Green will be my team if he didn't have that buy in. And again, Tom and Touk were pretty much my first locks before we knew that. Wait a minute, they got the same buy really early on.
Makes it hard, especially with Flanders.
Especially with Flanders. Yeah, I know, it is what it is, Jaws, but that's it. Now, my number 6 is Touk Miller.
I'll be Dacos. So
you'll be Dacos. All right, so tell me why yours is 6 Dacos.
The only reason is Dacos is 650. So but compared to Touk, he's about 100k more expensive. Plus, there's a couple of things like the Finn McGuinness tag that's coming up. Whereas I probably won't worry that too much about that. Because Finn's got such a good record against Dacos, and it's pretty early in the season. That's the only reason why he's below. Tom Green, I think I'm pretty confident him playing any team. I'm confident with Touk Miller playing everything, and he's underpriced. I just got Dacos a little bit under these guys, not too much by any stretch of the imagination. So that's why I'm not.
So my reason why my Touk Miller is down on my number 6 is based on the fact that, yes, he's a must-get player. However, don't know what Hardwick's going to do with him yet. Like,
if the match team's got anything to say.
Like if the match, like when we see, like obviously we're going to see him opening round. Now, if I see him on the ball doing tagging things and he's taken on the same fucking role that he did
Hardwick
last
ain't doing that, champ.
I hope not. But like again, Flanders is saying the best thing he's ever seen, but you still got Noah Anderson who's not going to play out of position. Rao's not going to play out of position, and you got Touk Miller. So you got 4 good potential midfielders.
That's all you need.
And they're even talking about that Bailey Humphrey comparing him to Dusty and to goalies and things like that.
They are comparing him, but from what the match sim was, even with 2 teams, he didn't get too much CBAs. He had a lot of the time forward, Humphreys. Okay. I don't think he's going to take too much off. Maybe if they're on the bench resting.
And I'm sure they still got that Swallow lurking in the midst.
He's lurking in the half forward bench forward line.
And another thing with Touk Miller, that buy's too early. You know what I mean? That buy is like
it's the same as if you got him and Tom Green.
Tom Green is pure dominance. I just think that
isn't Touk Miller pure dominance. Like if you take out last year,
no, but
we had him like top 2, top 3.
Yeah, I know we
SuperCoach.
did. Yeah, I know, but like things changed with new coaches and new roles and
better things.
Better things around him because Noah Anderson became a superstar. So did Rao became SuperCoach relevant, and now Flanders is number 3 on our must-get list, because he's a midfielder. So, has he gone down the tracking order, the pecking order?
Absolutely not.
I don't believe so, but it's yet to be seen. Like, because of his, we just don't know yet. It's Touk Miller. That's the only reason we got. It's Touk Miller. Jordy, my number 7.
Oh yes,
number
please
8,
tell me this, man.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, my number 7. Champ, it's like a Neil.
Yes, it is.
You know why?
No, I have no idea why.
Because no one's heard of him. It's a point of difference, champ.
No one's heard of him.
Like this year in SuperCoach, he's not relevant. Like they'll tell you why. Because with Lachie Neale, he could be very important to get, and it will be good because if he does do crap, he will go down. Like Carlton and Brisbane, they play round 0, round 1, and then have a bye round 2.
So you're gonna have Lachie Neale before he has a price rise.
Yes,
or
both. Yes, exactly. So that's why I put them in this bracket because they are important. You're going to keep your eye because potentially Lachie Neale and Dunkley are in the top 10. Dunkley's not finished 9th in average. That's without Dacos and Dawson, who was in the back line, and Butters, who was in the midfield. In the forward line. But I think Lachie Neale. Look at the percentage of the teams he's in. Like, he's hardly in any. Like,
because he has the round 2,
I get that,
3 bye.
but that's why I think he's in 4% of teams. So as a point of difference, I think he's important. As the fact that if you just track what he does those first 2 games, you can, he would definitely be on a watch list if the price does decrease because his buy will be gone. It's more of a main watch list type of pick, why he's important and what he can produce, plus the point of difference element of it, Jules.
Yeah, look, not for me. I think Lachie Neale's on the decline. I mean, he severely lowered his possessions last year. I think he's starting to get into his... You can get a Brownlow, man. That's going to help him in SuperCoach. He only averaged 110 last year, which is okay, but not the Lachie Neale we know. But for me, Lachie Neale, more of a wait and see. I'd rather start someone young and good with that's Goulden. Anyway, my one was Nick Newman, by the way, because I like Nick Newman. He'd actually be the second picked defender in my SuperCoach team.
Wow.
If there was no buys. It'll be Dacos, then it'll be Nick Newman, then I'd worry about Sheets or Stewarts, but there would be two, because Nick Newman was the highest averaging defender in the last 5 games of SuperCoach. He averaged over 125.6. And what really attracted me to him is they've been more solid about Doherty's role. He's not gone back in that half back line, and there is no one really. Sart's kind of gone downhill. I really like Nick Newman as a pick. So personally for me, probably not for everyone, he's got the same buy as Lachie. I would be picking him straight. Like right now, if he didn't have a double buy, he'd be in my team. So
there you go. And then he's only in 1% of the team. That's even more of a pod. So me and Jordy kind of went on the same road as far as
I really like Nick Newman
Brisbane Carlton in that round 2 buy. Because like George, if you see him score 150s and 140s.
But I know he's going to score around 120, 130, but I can't.
Okay, so would you get him in before his price rises?
No. He's already... with these primos, I don't think 550, 560 for Newman, you're not really going to be picking him up at a bargain. You're going to be able to find him at a better price. He's going to drop a 90 at some point. But for me personally, Nick Newman, I just like him because I think he has potential for a D2.
So there's another big point of difference there. Champ, that's in 1%. That's more of a point of difference to Neil.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people have really... Because the defence options are really good this year that don't have the double buy. You got your Sicilies that's only got 1 buy.
Look at these Newman numbers. 137, 144, 180, 129.
Yeah.
And he's even got a 28 in his name.
Where he got off... we went off injured against Sydney.
Wow.
Round 11.
Wow. So he's underpriced.
He is underpriced. But he really started to come into his own in the second half, I think. I think I really like Nick Newman personally, but...
George, I'm going to go on the same tangent for number 8, which is Dunkley. Same reasons for Neil.
With Dunkley, though, he was averaging so much, around over 120. In the second half of the season, they were using him as tagging Cripps, tagging this player, tagging that, and it really hurt his scoring. Like, his second half scores, especially towards the last 5 games, they're deplorable. It was 77, it was a 62, a 99, 106. Is that not worrying you by saying Josh Dunkley? Because...
Yeah, but like you said, Champ, Josh Dunkley's had 156s, 146s, 148s, 137s, 120 in a row. So he's got... And I'm sure his what's it called, ownage is just
very low.
Very low as well.
It'd be very low, should be.
It is 5. It's actually more than Neil.
Wow.
And wow, it's 5%. But no, these guys are superstar premium players. Brisbane is a great team. They'll be fighting for top 4 spot again.
But so you're saying if there was no buys, you pick Josh Dunkley and Lachie Neale before like Errol Goulden, who's my number 8, by the way. Because Errol Goulden, cheaper.
I've even forgot about Goulden. Goulden would have been way up there.
Goulden's my number 8 because I think he's such a young gun. He's come out in a recent interview saying, I want more midfield time. I'm hoping to get more midfield time. He's an absolute winger. A winger that can score the scores he did and average 620. Amazing player. absolute amazing player. So young. He's just going to get better.
George, could I change my number 9?
You can do whatever you want, Matty.
Goulden's definitely in there. So it's just my... I'll get 11 picks. But yeah, Goulden's definitely up there. I forgot all about him.
Where would you have Goulden in yours if you remember? Would he be above Lachie Neale?
Yeah, above Neale.
That's fair.
Below Took.
Okay, I was wondering when you sent me your list. I'm like,
where's Goulden? Why didn't you say, Matty?
Did
you forget about Goulden?
Matty,
clearly I did.
I didn't know that because you got like Lachie Neale's and Dunkleys and your last ones. I just thought, okay, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So I just let you do it. But all right, let's get to our number 9. I don't think we need to talk too much about this. Mine is Petrarca. Where's your Petrarca? You didn't have.
No, I'll tell you why I don't have the Melbourne players.
Okay, well, I got Petrarca. If you didn't see the intra-club match, he destroyed him.
He did pretty well.
He destroyed him.
He did, like, Petrarca's Petrarca. And look, so an argument to the Melbourne premiums with Petrarca and Oliver, obviously there's still, Oliver played in the 3s. How funny, but he absolutely dominated in the 3s.
He hurt himself a bit.
What are you going to do? But when it comes to those guys, Melbourne have got the 6 buy, like round 6 buy. So I don't feel that you need to get them in straight up. Like,
I feel like the 6 buy is the best one out of all the double buys.
I feel like that's the wait and see, because 6. So they're going to have at least 4 decreases or price changes in their name.
Could be a positive one.
It could, but they could be. But then he's out of your reach. But more than likely, I don't know.
But if you're starting with someone like Petrarca and Oliver, as opposed to Neil and Dunkley, Petrarca, when he has his buy, if he is not doing good, you can get that Tom Green you want. You can get that Touk Miller.
I see, but that's why
you can get Lachie Neale.
I think that's the reason why I don't have them players in, because I don't see them as the double buy players that you must get. You can get them, but they're not going to affect like if Tom Green and Touk Miller had that round 6 buy, I'll get them instead. If you know what I mean, it's because
I'm so confused.
So Touk Miller and GWS have a buy around.
If they had the round 6 buy, you get them because that buy is better.
Because the round because
Petrarca has this buy. Would you get him because that buy is better?
No. Because I want these. I'm saying these 2 players because the value, they're going to go up in money, and all the other buys are going to have. I don't like Petrarca because of the fact that of his buy and of the Oliver and Petrarca.
You don't like him because of his buy, but you're saying if Tom Green had that buy, you'd get him on that buy.
On the narrative of what we're discussing, top 2 buys that you must get, I don't see him in that picking order. I don't see those round 6 buy players as potential as important players to get, because you can get them now, and they're still gonna. But if you want them, you can get them now. But they're going to have more chances of losing money than starting.
Well, yeah, of course they got. But
that's why
anyone that's further along with the.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why there's no Richmond and there's no Melbourne players besides Gorn on this thing, because Richmond and Melbourne have the same buy.
But if Tom Green had the late buy, you'd be getting him.
Because I like him, I want him. He would be my first pick.
Okay, but if we get him rid of, say, all the other premiums, for example, this is just fucking hypothetical. Okay. Now, you and there's Petrarca on the board, and there's a Lachie Neale on the board. You'd be picking Lachie Neale instead of Petrarca.
I wouldn't pick either of them, to be honest.
But if we're eliminating all the other premiums, you're picking Lachie Neale instead of Petrarca, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm picking Lachie Neale because of the buy, because of his buy. Because the fact
it just makes no sense. I'm just like confused.
Because Lachie Neale has around you're going to see him in 3 games. He's going to play 2 games, and then he's going to have a bye before he's
Petrarca can play 5 or 6 games for you, and then when it's his bye, if he's not doing good, you can always.
I'm not going to start with Neale. I'm not going to start with Petrarca. I'm not going to start with the reason. So I made that pretty clear when I was talking to you about Dunkley and Neale, that I wouldn't start them. You wait and see, because they're going to play round 0. They're going to play round 1 before their price goes up or down. And obviously it will determine if they're going to do shit numbers, then they're going to be on your watch list. So that's the take that I took on the Brisbane Carlton buy. Why I'm furthering away Christian Petrarca and Oliver on that is because if you like them, you get them in now. You're not going to wait until they do shit. And if they do shit, yeah, you can downgrade them or whatever. But yeah, that's why I don't have them on their list. I see them as just players. They're going to play they're going to cover you for the first 4 buys, except the one that they have. So I don't see them as an important person for the double buy or an important team. Does that make a little bit more sense? You look confused, champ.
A little bit. Number 10, I got Oliver because he's a superstar. Number 10, Oliver, because these guys are only lower than the other midfielders because, Petrarca getting Oliver, so his average should decrease a little bit. Oliver, tumultuous kind of pre-season, not a fully fit, medically fit, Matty. And so that's why these guys are a little bit further along the way. So I've got Petrarca ahead of Oliver, only because of the pre-season. But these are the guys that I would be picking pre-season.
You skipped my number 9, but I didn't care. It was Walsh, but now I'm going to change that to Goulden.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
You did Petrarca and Oliver in the same thing, but that's okay. So Walsh, now I think about it, I don't even like Walsh.
I hate Walsh. I think he's a horrible pick.
But again, because of the buy, is that we all know what he can do, and he's proven he's pretty cheap considering. But looking at his numbers, none of them were really injury affected.
No, they weren't.
At all. But again, if Walsh pumps out a couple of 120s or 130s, he's not going up until round 4. And you can pick him in. So that's
the thing about the Neils, the Dunkleys, the Walshes. If they get 150, 140, 130, we can look Well, we can look at them before bringing them in.
That's
but we can't start with them.
No.
Okay.
But you're talking about, okay, so if this is the most top 10 people that you need to start, or the top 10 people that are in the double buys?
You need to grab.
That you need to grab. And this is why.
Now.
No, grab now. No, you just contradicted
But that's
yourself.
what it is.
Because you're like, oh, because these guys. No, you didn't say that. We're not going to grab any of them. I want to grab all of them.
All right, now tell me, walk me through number 10, champ.
Champ, number 10, favourite boy is Tommy Mitchell, 520,000. No, I'm not joking, guys. Tom Mitchell.
I can't tell which part are you joking about, which part you're not joking about.
If he didn't have a double buy, champ, he's been burning up the track. 529, only $9,000. $1,000 more than his starting price last year, and he had 3 sub-affected games. Not because he was injured, just because they just needed to arrest him. But yeah, no, he's.
Are you being serious?
Champs, Tom Mitchell. Because I'm being serious.
What makes you think he's not going to get more sub vests?
Because he was like the highest Supercoach in grand final. He's literally the best player.
Okay.
Since the last game everyone played, he scored the highest. So that's the Tom Mitchell fire, my boy, and we'll play a nice short for Tom Mitchell after this one. Because we got him back on board with a nice little short from Tom Mitchell. George, can we put that on there after this one?
What?
That short message from Tom Mitchell.
What do you want me to put on now?
Sure.
Put it on.
You better put it on. It's Tom Mitchell for you guys. Tom Mitchell and Darcy Cameron saying hello. George, what else do you want to talk about? Look, you can give me shit about Tom Mitchell. Clearly, it's Tom Mitchell, all right? He's my love child. Like, you don't have to tell me anything.
I won't say anything.
Good.
I think you said enough.
Dean Fields?
It's Dean Field. One Field.
Fields. Well,
now, guys, thank you so much for... If you made it to the end, kudos to you. But these are the double players that you need to get right now.
Right now.
Lucky Hills.
Lucky Hills. All right, chaps.
Yeah, now, you just bring the kind of like... You make every podcast fun. Okay? You make every podcast fun.
Champ,
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to say this, all right? I'm going to say this. You don't be successful, Jordy, by doing what everyone else is fucking doing. You be successful by doing what everyone else isn't doing. Yeah. And that's me, and that's why I'm successful. And
you know what, guys?
Did I finish on top last year?
I got a phone call last year, and Matty said, I saw this business quote, and it relates to SuperCoach, and he literally just said it now. You don't get rich by doing what other people...
You don't get successful. I just literally just said it, Chad.
Exactly.
You're going to mock me for saying something smart?
Jam, you saw a business...
Mate, that's why we love business. And SuperCoach is a business, isn't it? This is your business, Luis. SuperCoach Masters. Get a fucking shaver. See you next time, Campbell.
All right, guys.
See you next time, you stink.
Please like and subscribe if you're new here. I hope you enjoyed that. It was very funny.
See you guys.
You're clean it up. It's fucking Tommy.
I'd say.